to the house of God. Now, for your own soul's sake.
That's why the Bible is redundant. The Lord says things over and over because we're stiff-necked, hard-headed people.
Calm down and listen to one another. And more importantly, listen to this Bible. Right? Okay, watch this.
But in this last day, the Most High is raising up the true prophets of God.
All praise. All praise. We're going to find out what the way is. Remember, the Bible is also a vocabulary book.
That's the question I'm asking. If nation is so great, like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that has gone so nigh unto the laws of God is the light that we got to let shine before men.
Read what you got, bro.
That's right, sis.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time.
So the time is now.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now is the time to awake out of sleep. What do we sleep from? Because right now, the white man has us in a damn chokehold, sleeper hold.
Right.
It's time to wake up, back to who we are. The truth about the Bible is here. We're going to teach you about it today. My brother right here. You know your nationality? What's your nationality? Come here, dialogue with me for a second. Come here, dialogue with me for a second. Say you're a black man. You're a black man. Okay. So what country is black? Africa? Well, Africa has about 60-some countries in it. So which land on there are you from? Which country on Africa are you from? Which part?
I guess I'm out of one of the 12 tribes, right?
One of the 12 tribes. Okay, all praise, all praise. Look at this sign right quick. Look at this sign. So on the left-hand side is our biblical names. On the right-hand side is the names that the white man gave us in slavery. So you say you're a black man. Your father would be an American black man? Okay. So if your father would be an American black man, you would be from the tribe of Judah. That's a very important tribe. It's the head tribe. But if we are such important people, the 12 tribes, why is it that when we look around in our community, we see all the poverty, all the plagues, all the crimes that's going on in our community? God made us a special people. We have to come back to His laws. Read Deuteronomy 28:1. So let's find out, how do we know that we're the Israelites? Because I made a statement, we're the Israelites. But how do I know that, right? How can I show it to you, right? That should be the question. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? What's your name? Tony? Tony, hey, what's your nationality? What's your race? Who are you? You're a black man. Okay. Where is the land of black? I went over this with my brother. What's your name again, bro?
Darnell, bro.
Darnell? Darnell and Tony, right?
I'm not sure where the land of black is from. I just know I'm
From the South. Okay. So how did your family get to the South? Your lineage.
I'm not sure. I never read everything.
Well, I'll let you know now. Your family got to the South through slavery, the slave trade. That's how all of us got here. All of us American blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans all got here through the slave trade. The slave trade has been destroying our people for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's now time for us to come back to who we really are before we were slaves. So give me that Deuteronomy 28:1. Let me get 1 and 1. I'm sorry, 1 and 1.
So I think that would be that.
Bring it out.
So that's correct. If you look on the right hand side, this is what the Bible calls you. If you look on the left hand side, that's what the white man called us here in slavery. So American black. Black is not a real place. There's no place called black. Black is a color. Like the top of your shirt, that's black. You're not the same color as that. You know, you're a shade of brown. But we're living here in this country where they told you you're black. They told you that the perfect people are white and that we have to follow what they say. White supremacy is at an all-time high. And today, well, that's the image that they portray to us, that white people are, you know, the standard of beauty, the standard of, that's what they try to tell you. We know it's not true, you know. Where you going, bro? Okay, yeah. Stick around. We're gonna get into some stuff today. How you doing, brother? Hey, what's your name? Okay. Well, look, man. The thing is this: they've been telling us for years that the superior. This is what they've been telling. It's not true, but they've been telling us that the superior race is the white race. But we read the Bible. The people that were given the promises was us. And the superior people are us.
That's right.
We're not living like that. But we have to come back to God and His laws to become the superior people. Go ahead, read Deuteronomy 1:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
This is what Moses spake unto all Israel. This is the book of Deuteronomy. So the Bible was written as letters. So the book of Deuteronomy, it was broken up into different chapters so that we can have reference points. You understand what I'm saying? So that's 1 and 1. But when we go down, we go to 7 and 6. So when we go to 7 and 6, the people who Moses was talking to on 1 and 1, he's still talking to them later on down the line. You understand what I'm saying? So we read Deuteronomy 7 and 6, which we're going to read right now. He's talking to the Israelites. This is the people that the Most High is talking to, the Israelites. So we're going to read it right now and see what he has to say to his people, the Israelites. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So the Lord is telling us that the Israelites are a holy people to him. He's telling us who his chosen people are, the Israelites. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So he chose the Israelites to be a special people to him. So something that you hold near and dear to you is important to you, right? But keep going. We're going to get some more understanding on this.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Oh, man. He said that the Israelites are above all people in the land, which we know is us. Which we know is... You got a question?
Yeah, no, I was about to walk out. We had some type of business.
Oh, you want a flyer? Can somebody get a brother a flyer? If you got some time, stick around. We're gonna go over some good stuff today, man. Okay. Well, definitely come back and check in with us if you can, man.
Also,
Oh.
you need to know who he is on the tribe and how does he know he's an Israelite.
Okay, that's great. We're going over that right now. We're literally going over that right now. So, what would you say your nationality is? If you didn't meet us today, what would you say your nationality was? If you was filling out a job application.
I would put Asiatic American.
Asiatic American. So, Native American, basically Seminole, one of the tribes that was here before. What you saying?
No, basically, I came through more science.
You came through more science. So, let me ask you, what does more mean? Because that's what the real question is. You're saying you're more, right?
Yeah.
So, what does more mean? I'm asking you.
It's been a long time. I can't really remember.
So I'm gonna tell you, brother.
I think it's brother.
Brother? No. So this is the thing. The word "more" literally means black. It's the Latin word. It's a Latin meaning of it's a Latin translation of the word black. So when you're saying you're a Moor, what you're saying is you're black, which is the same thing that we all been saying for all these years.
Right.
But knowing that we're Moors, because what I've noticed is, what we've all noticed is that as black people, as African Americans, or whatever we're called here today, we're searching for who are we really? What were we before slavery? We've been indoctrinated so long out here that we're looking for something. We're looking for something that's going to make us feel important and special in this world that's been tearing us down through white supremacy for so long. So what you're saying is correct. You are more. You're black, but we need to come back to who we are as kings. This is how you're gonna become a king.
Bring it up.
You want to be more? More is not the way to get out of this, out of our slavery that we live in this world. How do we get out of our slavery? Is we come back to God. We listen to what He told us and do what He said so we can get back in His favor. So how do we do that? That should be your question. That's my question. That should be my brother. You said Tony, right? Darnell, that should be your question too. How do we leave the slavery? How do we come back to the kings we were before? And the Bible right now is about to explain it to you. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15. Because we are the Israelites. We are the Israelites. And more means black. So if you want to call yourself a Moor, as long as you got to keep God's laws and be an Israelite to get out of this captivity. And this how we're going to show you right now how to do it. Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
So, we're going to read Deuteronomy, because if you read Deuteronomy 28, it gives you blessings that the Lord was going to give you if you did right, and curses if you did wrong. It's a contract. We broke the contract. That's why we're here right now in this captivity. But go ahead, read what you got.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if you don't listen to God and do what He says, what's going to happen?
to observe, to do all his commandments.
Do all his what?
All his commandments.
You gotta do God's commandments, brother. If you do God's commandments, we would have been in great position right now. But we're not living there because we didn't do his commandments. Keep going.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So look around. Let's look around together real quick. Look at our communities. We are the cursed people here in America and all over the world. We are the cursed people. And so you can identify yourself as who we are as Israelites because we are cursed. Look at all the trash, the violence, the drug use, the drug dealers. Everywhere we go, we see curses on our people.
What's your name again, bro?
Bird.
Barry?
Bird. B-Y-R-D.
Bird. Okay, like bird. Okay, flying bird. Okay. So you said that you were Moor, right?
Yeah.
So now let me read you a definition. So Moor is actually short for the term Blackamore. Okay? Now I'm going to read you a definition because a lot of our people, they identify with the Moor science identity, right? But let's get to the root of the word, all right? I'm reading, this is from dictionary.com. Blackamore is a noun. Older use, disparaging or offensive. So Blackamore was actually a disparaging or an offensive term used against us. Like today's nigger. Black, the same way nigger is used today against us, Blackamore was used against us back then. So it says a contemptuous term used to refer to a black person. So if somebody has contempt for you, that's hate, that's disrespect. So that was like, if somebody called you a blackamoor back then, they were basically calling you a nigger today, right? Then it says a contemptuous term used to refer to any dark-skinned person, all right? So we understand that, yes, we are Moors in the terms that we're dark-skinned people, but understand that it was a disparaging term, right, to basically offend us. I just wanted to bring that out.
And that's great information to know because everything from the past is being repeated to this day. Back then we was called Blackamore, now we're called nigger, or we called coon, jungle bunny, you know, all these names that they've been giving us to make fun of us in our condition that we're in. We've already been taken over. You know, our slavery is still in effect, and they're gonna just keep pushing it down on us until we come back to God. So let me read that again. Read what you got.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So the Lord is going to speak into you and tell you what to do. If you don't listen to what the Lord tells you to do, what's going to happen?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
He commanded us to do a certain thing. Keep going.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Keep reading.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So we can identify who the Israelites are by the curses. When you look around the city, we just spoke on this. Who was cursed in the city? Anywhere you go in the world, who do you see? What people do you see in the city's curse? Us, our people, right? Right? Isn't that right? Everywhere we go, we got crime, black on black crime, drug use, overdosing, alcoholism is rampant, rapes, killings, murders, all that. And that's where we are. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And back in the day, before, you know, they I think 1865 they freed the slaves, but before that, where were we living at then? Now we live in the cities, but back then, where did we live?
We originally come from Africa, right?
Yeah, but when we were in slavery, we were where?
Oh. In our master's house, yeah.
In our master's field. We wasn't in the house, we was in the field, the cotton field, picking. But till our hands were bloody and bleeding, we were picking cotton. Or whatever the agriculture was at the time. We were their slaves. We were the slaves of the white man. So we lived in the field and we were cursed there. We lived and died in the field. We lived there all the days of our lives. If you was in a master's house, you was a, house slave or whatever, but you was definitely still cursed. It was, yeah, exactly, house nigga. You know, but we see those things still happening to this day. When we look at a job field, for example, You look at the job field. Last hire, first fire. It's a continual process. Give me I think it's 37 about the names.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment.
So when you look around the city, any city, you see astonished people. They say to each other, how do they live like that? How do they go on? You know, you walk around, you see brothers basically head touching the floor from overdose and drug use is constant. It's a constant thing in our community. You can look. Literally, you can't walk around and not for 5 minutes and not trip over somebody that's overdosing, doing some type of drug that's killing them, and we don't want to stop. We don't want to stop the cycle of destruction in our community. We have to do that. How you doing, brother? How you doing, bro, with the son? How you doing, bro? What's up, man? Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to how you doing, bro? I'm doing all right. What's your name? Rashad. I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Today we just going over our nationality in the Bible, because as a people we've been told that we're blacks, niggas, all these different terms that they gave to us. But the question I ask myself is, who am I? And when we read the Bible, we read any real literature, it's going to show you, but the Bible especially, it's going to tell you that you're a king. But we're not living like that. So we have to come out of the way we're living now and come back to God so we can become kings again. Right. We want to rise again, and it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen. It's gonna happen. So let's keep going with what we're saying. So let me ask you a quick question. I'm gonna get back with y'all, but let me ask you a quick question. You see yourself on this sign? What's your nationality that you would say you are? So would you be American black? Would the world call you an American black man?
I'm a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything right here? Well, what's your father?
My father, see, I don't know too much about my father, bro. But my mother, you feel me, Puerto Rican, black, Indian, Jamaican, all in one.
But you know you're one of these. But you one of these people right here.
Yeah.
So. I'm from the tribe of Judah, so we gonna claim you today. If you're the tribe of Judah with us, you know the lineage goes through your father. If you read Numbers 1:18 real quick, your lineage goes through your father. Say you got a son right here, his lineage is your lineage. You know, so what's very important. It's a good thing you have your son with you, because a lot of fathers ain't in their kids' lives. You know, so it's great that you gotta teach this information that you see right here to him. So when he grows up, he don't have to go through the hardships as much of the hardships as we've been going through. You know, we can't escape it. It's following us. We working on getting out. So read Numbers 1:18 real quick.
Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Hey, let him listen, bro. Let him listen, bro. It's real important information right here. I want to make sure we all get this. Because you got kids? But you have them, though. They grown? You have kids? So your kids are from your line. You are the progenitor of your family. That's right. And so women will say, "Oh, these is my kids." No, they're not. They're your kids, right, because you are the father. You are the one that created this seed. Their life comes from you. Keep going.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father.
They declared their pedigree by the house of their father. Let me ask you a question. If I got a bunch of apple seeds, right, and I plant one over there in the ground, over there, right, I take that and it's gonna grow what? An apple tree, right? Well, I take that same seed and I plant it somewhere in Spain. It's still going to grow an apple tree, right? The same way with you. You plant your seed into a woman, it's going to be your son. The same way. Sometimes they try to play semantics with us with the differences, but your seed comes from you. This is your son, right? It's your son. So he's your line, your lineage. So you got to be a king and show him how to be a king as well. You got something? Okay. Yeah. This is real important information, man. We trying to get back to who we really are as kings. What's your name, bro? Say what? Say it one more time. Derek, I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. So, let's get back to what we were going over before. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and say it again. Yeah, read 37.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 37.
Let me give y'all, some of y'all just came up, let me give you a recap real quick. The Lord said if we don't keep his commandments, he's going to put curses upon us. And when we look around any city in the world, who do we see as the cursed people? Us, right? We're the cursed people. And so, this is the Bible telling you what's going to happen to you if you don't keep God's commandments. So read that again.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
So, When any race of people rides through our neighborhoods, they say, how the hell are these people even still alive? How are they still alive? Because all the things that have been done to us, all the atrocities, even in your own community, you got black on black crime, rapes, killings, murder, everything going on, overdosing everywhere. They say, how the hell are they still alive? That's an we're literally astonishing people to look at and view. Even on the basis of levels. How do brothers still be able to walk up and down the street with their pants hanging that low? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense to me. That's an astonishment to the world. You know, they see us and they say, I don't get how they even live. We're a proverb. So let me ask you a question. You want to hide anything from a black man, where do you put it? Put it in a book, right? They have all these wise sayings about us, about our people. We love fried chicken and watermelon. We everything, whatever you can think of. We don't take care of our kids. Our pants hang low. All these stereotypes, these proverbs about our people. And it says also a byword. A byword is anything outside of your God-given name. God told us we're Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Manasseh, Ephraim, and the world comes and calls you a nigga. How is that? How is that possible? Kings on this earth, and we are getting treated like garbage and trash, and we don't even want to do nothing about it.
Right, let's bring it up.
It's time to change. It's time to wake up and change. Come back to who we really are. It's our time. It's high time. You wasn't here. You read a scripture that said, God said, wake up out of sleep. We all sleep. We all sleep. We see things bad happen to us, and we don't even want nothing different. We stuck. We got to come out of that. We got to come out of it. You got a son to raise. You got kids, bro? You see the kids in the neighborhood though. You gotta be the good example for them. Cause these kids is out here wilding worse than we were. How old are you? 24? How old are you? 23? How old are you? So we're an older generation than the kids now, but he's older than us. You've seen the decline in the generations. How we've just become crazy, reckless, lawless generation of kids. And look, you got to question what's gonna happen with him. You know, the school system, like you put your son in school, right? And yeah, you see what you don't even know what indoctrination he's getting in daycare. They got transgender bathrooms nowadays. They putting all the cartoons. You don't even know it's a boy, a girl, a toy, a dragon. What is this thing? I don't even know. We talking all, you know what I mean? You gotta be careful. You guarding your kids up against the evils that's coming. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't got kids, but hey, you might want to wait until you get some understanding first. My man right here, might want to wait until you get some understanding, because hey, I'm trying to tell you, it's only gonna get worse from here. So read that again.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
So all these things happen to our people. Let's go to I think it's what's the one about the kids. I think it's 32. Yeah, 32. Read that.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Who did that happen to in this world? Whose sons and daughters were taken from them and given to another people? Our people. In slavery, you got up on slave ships. You had a son and a daughter and all these children. And as soon as you, oh yeah, let me show you. I think it's this side. Yeah. In slavery, right? We went on auction blocks, like right here. We went on auction blocks, and on these auction blocks, like look at these pictures right here. We were sold to our enemies, and when you were sold to your enemy, they didn't say, "Oh yeah, well he can take his son with him, he can take his daughter with him, he can take his wife with him." Right. Hell no, they took you and they put you on Master Jones' plantation in Baltimore, right. And they took your son and sent him to Master Smith's plantation in North Carolina. You never saw him again. Right. Never saw him again. You put that down. Read that again though.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
You never got. We are so destroyed as a people. We don't even know who our real families are. We just making ties with people that we meet in the streets, but we don't know our real lineage. You know. But you got to think about that. That was back then. But look at today. If they catch you They can if you catch you disciplining your kid, you know your kid's doing something bad, you beat them. They can send CPS up in there and take your kid right out of your house. You know, it's the same cycle, and you won't have a real tough time getting your kid back if CPS come and get them kids. You know what I'm saying? This cycle is continuing over and over and over again, and it's time for us to wake up out of it. But go to 46, I believe. But let's see, why is all these curses important? Why are these curses important? Give me 46.
Read it out.
46. Yeah, you read that.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
These curses are on us for a sign that we are what? The Israelites. If you want to find Subway, where's Subway out here? You know where the Subway is? Over there, right? How you know?
It's got a sign.
It's got a sign, right? So the sign is to identify something. These curses upon our people are to identify who we are as a people.
That's right.
Because when you come and you see kings living in the bottom of society, it's got to make you wonder what's really going on. These curses, all these things that we're mentioning right now, is to show you who you are and to wake you up out of it. Wake you up out of these atrocities. Keep going though.
And upon thy seed forever.
So upon your seed forever. So the same curses, if we don't change, the same curses that you went through, the same atrocities that you went through, little man is on his way to that same thing. That's why we gotta do better for our kids. And I'm telling you right now, none of us are immune to the evils of the world. We all trying to fight through it, but we gotta make an effort. You know what I mean? We gotta make that effort to go over the top. We can't just be, listening to Lil Durk and Lil Nas X and Lil whoever and thinking that everything is all good, because it's not. We gotta come back to God, the Most High, to the true kings. So keep going on that. Now keep going on that.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
So because you didn't serve God with joyfulness, you weren't happy to do it, what's going to happen?
The Bible.
This is the Bible. Hold your Bible up. This is the King James Bible. It's black, but look at the inside. Look at the inside cover. It's the King James Bible, the original Bible. This ain't those new international, all them other, but this is the real Bible. This is the actual Bible. KJV.
I got one question. What's up with all these different Bibles? It's like a whole bunch of
So the reason they're making these different Bibles is because they're trying to change the information that's inside of here. If they give you the true information, you'll know who you are. You'll stop doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Right.
That's why they give these new international version, new translation, that's all garbage. It's garbage. It's straight garbage, it's satanic. Give me what's in that Revelations where it says you add or change the words? It's like 22. Say what? 22:19? Read it. Read Revelation 22:19. That's a great question. And if anybody got any questions, definitely just stop me. We can go over anything. It's not, any questions you got. Go ahead. What you got?
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 19.
Read.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy.
So, we don't have that out here right now, but if you read, I think it's the New International Version, some of the scriptures not even in there. It'll go from verse 15 straight to 17. Matthew 18:11, for example, is completely not even in their Bible. It's 42 scriptures they completely removed. Completely, say what? They take out the word black, which I'm trying to figure out why would you take out of the Bible if everything is correct? If people say they're Christians, they believe in God. Yeah, they don't want you to know.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.